All right, everybody, welcome to the Mid Show. We are here. We are not live today, so this is taped because as you are listening right now, we're traveling to Scottsdale for spring training. So here we are. We're joined in studio. Marty Mush is here and Rico Bosco. So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
And predominantly, we're going to talk about our Dells trip. We're going to talk about Patrick Kane night / Chris Chelios night. That was rude of me. I should have put Chelios first, but
I put Kane first.
Did you?
I mean, it was Dave. I'm already pre-mad at Dave for his take in the morning, so I'm sure we'll get into that. But that was like, it was everything. It was like, I think Chris Chelios is every celebrity's favorite celebrity. That was my takeaway. Mm-hmm. The entire league, all his contemporaries, rock stars, everybody from the Cindy Crawford was there.
Yeah.
Like,
They retired Chelios' number?
yeah.
And what did Kane had a game winner, but they didn't retire his number.
No,
they
just
they
returned.
yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
first game
Because you
back.
said Kane night, I got thrown off.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, though, I want to talk about Miller Lite because no matter how you're celebrating St. Patrick's Day, it's a great excuse to gather with friends and crack open a cold one. Enjoy these moments with Miller Lite. It was the original light beer, and it's still the best one. Miller Lite has some more of the taste that you want and less of the stuff you don't. I'm excited for St. Patrick's Day.
It's the unofficial start of summer, right, Dave?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Get a nice green pitcher of beer, green pitcher of Miller Lite. Why are you laughing?
Start of summer? That's a hell of a line. A hell of a line. That's just... I thought you can make a case that
These guys
the Kentucky Derby is like the unofficial start of summer, and that's early.
Have you been to Chicago? And Miller Lite is a massive part of year-round in Chicago and countrywide. You know, it doesn't have to be segregated just to Chicago. However, I've always said, like, all the fun stuff happens starting with St. Patrick's Day in Chicago. St. Patrick's Day, it's an 8-month sprint of funness
Dave
through
thinks there's
Halloween.
2 seasons. There's 2 seasons.
I don't hate that attitude.
I always said
it's
the unofficial start of Chicago summer. Chicago summer is a life form and an organism in and of itself.
I think it's conference champion.
Nobody talks about Chicago spring.
So
it's
early.
But have you guys looked at the weather?
It's
still cold in March.
It's 70 fucking degrees this week, Mush.
Yeah, but it's gonna go back.
Yeah, of course. We'll probably get a 6-inch snow.
I thought we turned the corner and then it snowed last week.
Miller Lite go green bottles for the St. Patty's Day packaging?
No, green beer.
Green beer.
Yeah, you
Gotta
just throw a little dye in there.
Yeah.
No, but Miller Lite goes green. Oh, green.
Yeah, they'll
beer.
do something.
They probably usually have a little commemorative can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big holiday here. I know it is in New York and Boston too, but
here's the big thing they're doing, all right? So we dye the river green. I'm sure you've seen that.
No.
yeah,
You guys do?
Listen.
Wow, that's so cool.
Even you East Coast elites.
I know about it.
No, you guys
even have
it's
to
so
admit,
crazy.
No, it's cool.
Are you just going to shit on Chicago?
No, it's...
Yeah, you could get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I don't know what my stance is on Chicago yet, by the way.
All right, fine. Take that hat off then. Chicago
I'm a Cubs
River
guy.
is dyed green up close and personal on the Miller Lite boat. So that's what's cool. They have a little sweepstakes going on. You could enter your chance to win. Visit MillerLite.com/Chicago St. Pats. No purchase necessary. Promotion ends on March 1st, 2024, obviously, and is open only to legal residents of Illinois and Indiana who are 21 years or older. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. So great little promotion there by Miller Lite. Hop on the Miller Lite boat and see how it's dyed up close and personal.
Yeah, and I know we said this before, but we did it in 2019. It was like one of the first cool things we got to do with Barstool Sports, and that is what a way to kick off the day. Little boat cruise, see them dye it green, you're drinking beers on the boat. It's awesome. It's a great day.
It's nice. Speaking of great day, great weekend, we just came back from the Dells, but you guys, again, probably have no idea what it is.
This is Wisconsin?
I don't.
Yes.
I know nothing about it.
So essentially, the way I keep describing it to people is it's like the Myrtle Beach of the Midwest, but it's a little different in the fact where they get nice weather. Wisconsin does not. So this town has pivoted to having not only outdoor water parks, but indoor water parks.
All of them.
All indoor?
So
no, they have outdoor, but like I feel like every indoor water park in the country, I think, is in Wisconsin.
Yeah. So it's like there's like a core 4.
When
I've
you
only
went
been the
inside,
one.
Did you get that burning eye?
Yeah.
From the
chlorine.
smell? Oh my
Bro,
god.
the wave pool is disgusting.
Gross. So I went when I was 13, something like that, and had a good time. Went up there for a day. It was a good time. I was excited for this trip. Had my bathing suit on. I walked in and was like immediately no. Like there's just hundreds of people, like kids running around screaming. It's hot as fucking balls. Get the chlorine smell. They were selling these shitty sugar margarita drinks, $19 a pop. That where I literally could only get down one sip because it was that gross. I think when I end up in hell, they're gonna place me back in the wilderness. Like that, it is the worst. For me, that's the worst experience imaginable.
See,
Yeah, but that sounds like a blast if you're 20.
You gotta just embrace
all right, we're going for the day.
Yeah.
Or like
Donnie's not
President's
here
Day,
today.
Like,
Donnie's not here today because he spent a little too much time in the
I
States.
drove Donnie up.
there.
I drove Donnie up to Wisconsin, and he was sick on the way up there.
Yeah, he was sick the whole time. I guess me and Dave just got more white trash in us than you, and that's fine.
it sounds like a
I feel
blast
like
right out of
that's
college, though. Like, all right, let's go make a day. What are we going to do on a day off? Like,
I-
seems like an episode
only
of
like
Entourage.
45
Like,
minutes.
I just watched it when they go to the track, and they're like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, it's a Jewish holiday. And they're taking shots at 2 a.m.
Well, you got to do more than a day. Like,
Yeah.
like I'll rent the house up there with like my friends for like a weekend.
I think maybe if we had done it not on a weekend,
Yeah, we fucked that.
like it was so
No,
crowded.
you gotta go during that. If you're gonna do a video,
chaos?
it's gotta be the
Yeah.
nasty shit.
I'm not kidding you. The hot tub that I went in was like
God.
you couldn't expend your arms. It was that crowded.
Like, why would you want
Right,
to get
Lance?
into something like that?
Yeah, it was really bad in that hot.
I was dodging
It's like
kids.
sardines.
Yeah, I was just sitting
disgusting.
there.
Would you guys say that you got like you two are trash and he like is more like higher class, right?
Well, in this circumstance,
No,
Yeah.
in all circumstances.
yeah,
like,
mostly are all
the community to go after water parks is fascinating to me, though.
It's a like rite of passage as a kid growing up in the Midwest.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're from like the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. If you're from
Oh, there were a lot of twins.
Yeah.
Like I saw
Why
a
is it
lot
called
of
the Dells?
the
don't
name
know.
of this
It's the name of the town.
is Wisconsin.
Dells, Wisconsin?
I had
Yeah.
I had a full-time membership to Split Splash in Long Island, a water park.
Is that an indoor water park?
No, it was
No,
outdoor.
outdoor?
But I'm scared of water parks. Like I'm not when I go on those rides, I'm way more scared than roller coasters.
So
You're on those tubes, you don't fucking know.
yeah, I remember we went when I was
what
younger.
I
I
said.
was probably like 9 or 10. We went to I think it was Disney had a water park.
Oh, Blizzard Beach.
Oh, I can't remember the name. Yeah.
Woo!
And
Top notch.
I thought
And then they
that
have another one that my mom liked that we all hated was Riverfront or It's like
Yeah.
a bay area,
But it-
like that. But
There's
Blizzard
an
Beach,
abandoned one there still.
it was awesome.
yeah, I think
I
that's
watch
the
YouTube
one.
videos
Blizzard
on it.
Beach is the one where you're off the slide for half a second.
Yeah, that
It
That
feels
shit's
like
scary,
week,
yes.
but it's the polar
Yeah, that's why.
something plunge or something.
like that.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Sometimes you don't even have a tube, you're just like on your ass.
that was your straight down.
Yeah.
I was in the lazy river the whole time.
Now lazy rivers are fucking elite.
Yeah, there's good. Well, yeah, it was a little.
Have you ever done the lazy river like in an actual river where you just tie your?
Yeah, I hate that.
Oh, so I think that's awesome.
No, because
An actual river?
yeah,
Oh, that's terrifying.
Do that.
Why?
I don't know where that river.
Why is that terrifying?
Where's that river going? I know where the lazy river's going.
Yeah, it goes in a circle. Yeah.
you might. It's like a movie coming up on the waterfall.
No, like it's like the Goof movie. No, like
Is there,
no.
when you're in the lazy river, were there people like lounging?
Oh yeah,
Isn't that the
I was
funniest?
one
Where
of
you're
them.
just like, no, I'm saying like on land while you're in the lazy river. It's very awkward when you're in the places where they're just like lounging their beach chairs and,
Oh, and
you
you're
just
just
keep
passing
going
them by?
around and you just like keep seeing them.
yeah.
I saw Danny Conrad came with us obviously too, and there was a moment when we were like leaving, we're on our way out, and he just like had his camera out and was like filming the lazy river, and I'm like, that I know what our job is, but I'm like, that's still fucking weird. Like, just
Yeah.
film people floating through the river. I don't know, the whole experience.
What kind of food?
We were at a place that had exclusively chicken tenders.
Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
let me tell you.
amazing.
3 or 5 pieces.
Listen, they were not.
$19.
That was it. They just had chicken tenders, and they were not Raising Cane's. Put it.
Yeah,
that way.
that's what I was gonna say. It's like Raising Cane's just not
Fries?
great. Like
Fries had some decent seasoning on them. Fries were okay.
They were
Raising
okay.
Cane's does it right. Like, you know what? We're just gonna be the best in the business, and we're gonna do
Yeah.
chicken fingers
Yeah.
and fries, and we're gonna dominate. And delicious lemonade and soft
Yeah.
drinks,
But-
we're gonna dominate. This place is like, we could be like that.
Yeah.
So-
While this place wasn't bad, it was not Raising
But
Cane's.
that's like the thing that I don't understand. Where you guys are like, oh, it's white trash and white trash. Those were not white trash prices. Like the cabin was not cheap.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
That's white trash.
But white trash, it doesn't matter. White trash, you spend your money on shit like that when you don't have it, dude.
But like if you have
We're
let's
not
say,
calling you a silver spoon.
No, I know.
Please don't think we are.
I know. But if you have $4,000, let's say, to spend on a weekend with your family,
That's their big vacation.
right? But you can go to a lot of nice places for $4,000.
That's nice. of them.
They don't know.
They look at it
Yeah.
as this. You got to think this is how they think. And I have friends like this. Like, all right, $4,000. Okay, the hotel should be how much? Hotel and amenities and shit should be how much of that pot? 65. Let's say or whatever. Yeah, they go. Well, if I stay at a Days Inn, no free ads for $39.99 with my NRA membership card discount. Now I got more money for chicken tendies and $19 margaritas.
Oh, and
That's how they act.
that was the other thing. No one's in charge there. Like you just
I didn't
walk,
check
like,
in once.
No one checks you in.
I
It's
love
just
that.
like you just walk in, you walk wherever. Like they give you a wristband, but no one. You're not
That's white
like
trash.
dinging it anywhere.
Everyone trusts each other.
I think I should.
You guys did that thing on Action Park. My dad grew up going to Action Park.
Park.
and
Oh,
telling us those
okay.
Stories.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think
that's the same thing. These lawless places are like, who's watching? It's like there's a 17-year-old kid who's the manager.
I
Yeah.
think we should clarify though. This place, so basically there's like a core 4 resorts. There's Kalahari, there's Wilderness, there's Great Wolf Lodge, and then there's Mount Olympus. We stayed at Wilderness. Just in the Wilderness alone, you walk in, first indoor water park, had a wave pool and like one slide, right? Then you walk fucking through hallways, you walk past fucking
Miles.
taffy
way.
apple machines,
Yeah.
and you get to the next one, and it's a lazy
Go-kart
river.
course.
Yeah, there's a lazy
also
river.
inside.
Wow.
There's
Is that Great Wealth? Because I've been there. That place.
No, this is still the Wilderness.
Still the same place.
This is all four. Like you paid admission.
Yes, this had one resort has 3 different indoor water parks. They had a couple slides.
and the go-kart thing.
Yeah, they
and
had
bumper
go-karts.
cars.
They had
arcades.
whatever, and then finally we walked to the back when there was more water slides, and it was just kind of like they had like a bucket machine where you stand under the bucket.
Kills people.
Yeah, and it wipes your bathing suit off.
I think it is crazy. There's a lot of families that like they grow up doing just that place and they don't know anything else and they keep that's their big thing. It's like Disney for them. They just keep going. They know
Yeah.
you're right. $4,000, they can go fucking anywhere.
But guess what? That's
You
not the
can
case.
go to the
really.
Caribbean for $4,000.
Go to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
But that's not really the case anymore. Disney is expensive as fuck.
I don't know.
No,
about
Disney's
that.
different.
I don't know about
That's eventually
Disney.
going to bubble out.
You're not. Oh, what Disney?
Yeah.
You're
No.
not taking a
Did
family.
you just say Disney's gonna bubble out? It's like
Can
the
they-
most famous
can it-
thing ever.
Everything bubbles out. You see McDonald's lowering their prices.
Good.
No, I didn't.
It
see-
bubbled out, Dave. You know why?
Why is that?
People are pissed that your Browns were costing fucking $350
Yeah, they are expensive.
here, but I think California and New York they're like $350 for one.
Yeah, but
That's
like
insane.
if Disney's
I'd pay
gonna
anything
charge,
for
if you can't
McDonald's,
get
I
in
don't
the
care.
door for less than like $10,000 for 4 days at
No.
Disney, like is that
You're
eventually
right.
people will be like, I can't go now?
Yeah,
You know, that is happening a little bit. It's actually like it's about $10K to like
For Disney?
for
yeah,
like
bro.
to-
You're not
that's
bringing
on the
a
light
family
end.
of 4
It's crazy.
is over $4,000 if you do it
gotta
like.
closer.
Flight- with
No,
flights and
it's
everything?
seriously
Yeah.
closer to 10. Ed, I just kind of look.
That's
It's
sad.
Crazy.
That's why
Yeah.
we were a Hershey fan. I mean, we've gone to Disney obviously, but like Hershey was, we got in on Hershey.
Hershey.
I wish you could have bought stock in Hershey Park because we
Is
got
it still
in.
going or no?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Oh, it's still going in. It's stronger than ever.
it's awesome.
The hotel is a 5-star hotel now.
Really?
Like it used we started going in like 92, dude.
So what? It's like
What's
a,
Hershey like?
It's
What?
What is
Hershey's
Hershey?
It's like Six Flags.
It's a good environment. Like there's outlets nearby and stuff like that. The hotel's beautiful. The lodge is 4 stars. The park just keeps expanding. When you used to drive in, there was like trees and dead trees up like you couldn't see into the park in certain spots. Now they've expanded that. Then they're expanding that. We saw Blink-182 in concert. Like we were eating dinner from the thing. Like they have concerts in there all the time.
Get
Like,
to see how the Hershey's made. Hershey's chocolate's
They
made.
charging for
That's
that
nice.
now.
Yeah,
they got like an
Chocolate World
Augustus
used to be-
Gloop.
We used to go to Chocolate World on the way home.
yeah.
Chocolate World. Now it's out. And like they've completely they got a whole thing too. Like they changed their outdoor pool now to cabanas and a water slide and shit like that. It used to just be
This place-
quiet little park. When we were going, it was entry level. Now it's like they're corporate now. So
Yeah.
like a place like that is a lot of money. Like
That was the other thing too. So this place, Wilderness, had cabanas, but it was like these. It was like cartoony Western themed cabanas.
Like the saloon.
Yeah.
oh, I love that.
And like when I first got there, I was like desperate for like a little privacy and some AC.
Because we couldn't get a seat.
Yeah,
we had no
there's
table
no
to, like,
tables
put our
anywhere.
shit at.
No,
So I walk around, I find the host, and I'm like, hey, like, and I walk by all the cabanas, and there are a couple empty ones, And I'm like, hey, how much for a cabana? He goes, sorry, they're booked through the weekend. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
like,
Dude, kids,
and I would have paid anything for a cabana at that point. Like, anything.
when you guys go on vacation, you like try and stay away from any kids going.
Well, duh.
Yeah, I don't
No,
wanna-
but like there's some place like even Bahamas, right? Like you're staying at a really nice hotel. You think they're not bringing their kids. They bring their kids. It's kind of hard to stay away.
Yeah. But I feel like there's just like if you go to a resort like you're talking about, I do feel like there's a decorum. So even though like those kids are louder and whatever splashing around, it wasn't the lawlessness that this place was.
Here's an example.
I was stunned I didn't see a fight break out.
Like, I don't think you're going to Atlantis for $4,000.
No.
you know, I haven't
No.
taken a vacation
Yeah, you
in
will.
fucking forever. You can go to
No.
Atlantis for $4,000?
No,
You
Go to
think
Atlantis,
so?
$4,000.
no way.
Full.
I think you could go to the Outer Banks for 4 days for $4,000.
Yeah, definitely.
Out of
North
Banks.
Carolina?
Yeah,
I think
for
you go
sure.
to Myrtle. I think you can.
No, you Atlantis.
you can rent. I think you go to LBI for at least a weekend for $4,000.
I think you can go to Atlantis for $4,000.
You
I
think
mean,
so?
you can go to fucking, you can do 2 weeks in Ireland for $4,000.
No.
Yes, you can
No.
find deals.
For a
Flights?
family, though. A family of 4. We're saying a family of 4, Chief.
I was looking at a trip for Ireland. It was 8 days.
That's flights
But it was-
alone. You're at 4.
No, hotels, everything was going to be like just under 1,000
What'd you flying?
for 2.
Flying on a propeller?
No,
With
no, I'll show you. I'll send you the link.
Really?
Taking a paper
Yeah.
airplane.
That's
What were you gonna
crazy.
say, Dave?
Like, what is this a place you can go and have a fun day with getting banged up with your boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Yes.
the thing. Like, I don't. When I go now as an adult, I don't go to the water parks.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank God.
Goes to the museum, the Exploratory, the Museum of Science and Industry.
Yeah,
So
no.
I
Like,
thought the whole thing was the water park thing, though.
that's the
like
main.
the video I was seeing was like it was like, all right, adults are just getting banged up at the water park.
That's the main.
that's if you got kids. If you
Yeah.
go there, like, unless if you're staying at that resort.
I thought adults went with like out kids.
So you're saying
Not
you think you should be on a list if you go there without your kids?
I mean, I guess like
There
if you're like
were-
if you're still in your 20s and like you want to go, like you're just out of college and you want to go ride some slides with your buddies and you're still like you
Yeah.
know, whatever, that's fine. But it's typically you're with your kids.
Yeah.
How was the talent?
Dave.
Scene, right?
Well, the comment I made to Ed is I looked around. There was a lot of White Sox hats there. A lot of people from like
tells you everything you need to know.
a lot of people from Alsip, Illinois. I went and they had left earlier, so I stayed an extra night with Donnie, and I went and ordered So there was the Hannah convention. Anybody who's named Hannah, they convene, and they convene at the Wisconsin Dells.
Oh, really?
So there was 1 million Hannahs in the pool with us, and they were all wearing cow costumes, like with moo ears and shit.
that's what that was.
That's what that was. So I went to buy a round of shots while I was in the pool.
course.
It's one of those pool, like the bars that you
Swim
wade
up bar.
up, you swim up to it. And
Because why not?
the guy, so you had to, I had to swim like 20 feet maybe. And I ordered the shots. I thought he was just going to give me little plastic things. He gave me just a pint glass of fucking Jameson. He just gave me a pint glass
Did
of
you
Jameson.
figure it out?
And with the little, yeah, so that's what I did. Figured it out. I'm just doling out fucking pouring.
Hey, everybody just take a swig out of this pint
Yeah,
glass.
basically,
Yeah.
yes.
I love that.
Wait, did he give you the shot glasses?
He's the one who proposed that idea. Yes.
Oh my god.
I can't believe I made it back with my phone and wallet and keys
yeah.
successfully.
You had big time White Sox Dave
Oh, yeah.
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, like, I mean, you'll
That's
see
like,
the
can I
video.
have an order of sliders? He just hand you like
A
a
giant burger.
Yeah, rip apart this
Here's
burger.
3 cheeseburgers.
it's
You
just like
cut them
chop
up.
meat. Yeah, it's a tray of chopped meat, and
Yeah.
they're just like here.
I mean, you'll see the video, but like, basically, we all like split off. Like Dave, Donnie, and Danny went to ride water slides. Chief was just an angry dad in the restaurant watching sports,
Yeah.
and I just was in the lazy river by myself.
Pretty much. That was the whole trip.
And then like I came back to this water park, and these guys were like done. Like I'm like, oh my god, what was I missing here? They're in fucking people with cow costumes. And
Dave
shit.
ordered us shots at 11:06 a.m.
Yeah, he did.
It's a holiday.
Yeah, we're at the
ripping-
Dells. No shit.
I was ripping proper
I
12.
just watched that Entourage episode the other day, and they're like, "You taking shots? Like it's a holiday."
Yeah, the horse race.
And the horse race, 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was it was something. But hey,
There
shout
should
out.
be adult like a water park seems like a way more fun thing. You know what I mean?
Should be.
Yeah, should we wait? But then also, like, you go on one water slide, then you're like kind of cold after, and like just feel gross walking around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that's
Dave.
the-
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the fun. You make it fun. You just embrace.
No, I'm saying
trashiness,
water slide specifically.
I only went down a couple. Yeah.
Because he gets whipped around in there, he's got more speed.
I like water slide. I think water slides.
Water slides could be fun. Yeah.
I don't like them.
I just like
Log flume. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, like that. I just couldn't like everything. It was like a sensory overload, but in the worst possible way.
Yeah, the sensory was absolutely overloaded.
Yeah.
What's the music selection?
It was noise. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, there's
Just,
no words
it
happening.
was just noise. Yeah.
Somebody call 911.
That's for sure playing.
Just faintly in the back.
That's all it is.
There was a group of stoolies. We did bet checks on bar tabs on the Illinois-Iowa game.
Oh,
and
nice.
I lost.
Let me guess what side you were.
Oh no!
Yeah, I
How
was
much
on
was your bill?
Not much, like $100.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad considering everything's
Like
$20
$119,
there.
I think it was.
How much was
That would've
the
been a big
first
win.
round of shots that you bought there? Because if those sugar margaritas
On the entire weekend, I spent like $300.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Hey, shout out to ChevyDriveChicago.com. The auto show may be over, but the best deals at your local Chevy dealer are still going. If it's time for a new car, your local Chevy dealer has something for you. The all-new Equinox, Trax, and Blazer are SUVs you'll want to test drive and drive often. Giving everything from style to comfort, safety, and plenty of room, there's a Chevy SUV for you. Head to ChevyDriveChicago.com to learn more about these cars and find your local Chevy dealer today. We are, so as you listen to this, we're in Arizona. We're getting a rental car. You just cross your fingers that you get the Tahoe.
Yep.
You just
That's
cross your
that, and that's what this crew needs.
Yeah.
We got big boys,
Yeah.
some leg room. We got equipment. Tahoe's the best. I'm getting one when we get back from Arizona officially.
Oh.
Or
No,
Blazer.
no, Blazer.
Blazer.
But
That's big news.
yeah, shout out to Chevy at Homewood Flossmoor. They're
nice.
taking care of it. Shout out Mike, great guy. So we'll have another Chevy in the parking lot here soon.
I drive an Equinox.
Do you
Oh,
really?
there you go.
Yeah, that was
Not
on
the
that was on the
captain's
Load it
list.
out. Yeah.
That was on the list.
That's a safe call.
No,
No
I got the
captains?
2-seater.
Oh, okay.
Two rows.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
need some stuff in the back. Golf clubs, fucking
Yeah.
cooler in
Nice.
the summer.
What color?
Light. Black. Oh,
Nice.
I think
That's
I've
what I'm-
only exclusively driven black cars.
I like black, white, or
You
silver.
love coolers, and it makes me happy that you love it that much.
Oh yeah.
ChevyDriveChicago.com. Go do it. But yeah, that was so like as an adult, you'll go there like number one, the cabins you stay in are so awesome just to like
I love the cabin.
chill and drink with your buddies in general. So you'll sit there, you'll play drinking games, then you'll just go to a
Wait, so
bar.
it's a cab, it's not a hotel room.
You got a
they
cab. You have
those
hotel
too.
rooms. Yeah.
The cabins are legit nice though.
Cabins
Yeah.
are
Like,
way better
nice,
because
nice.
I feel that's the one downfall in a hotel. Like I love hotel rooms, but you're just laying in your bed all day.
Yeah. No, this
The
is
common space. That's why
They had a movie
Airbnb has jumped up like that too.
yeah.
Like credit to Airbnb. They're commercial. They show it, and they're
Perfect.
like- and then you show like the common area, like the
Yeah.
common area in an Airbnb. Is that
They had another good ad.
cabins are
No free ads, but this is a good ad where they're like, if you stay in a hotel, your bedtime is whenever your kid's bedtime is. And,
Yeah.
And if you're, if you're in an Airbnb, just put them in bed. Go
Yeah, I mean, just we went to LBI last year, Airbnb, same thing, rental a house. Like you just have a kitchen now, you have access to a yard, like you have access to the rooftop. Like
Yeah.
it's just way better.
No, the cabin was sweet, and we had a fun time. At least for me, I don't want to speak for everybody. I had a fun time just sitting around talking.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's the
first
best part
night.
of everything.
Yeah.
Just drinking and chop circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
That's all it is. Wait, you're in Airbnb over hotel all the time?
No,
'Cause that pendulum's starting to swing back from what I understand.
yeah, I think in the
That Airbnb's getting good again.
No, people are going back to hotels.
Oh, I thought that had happened.
You know what you
it
get?
depends. No.
Yeah.
If it's just me and one other person, I'm okay with the hotel. You're going with a group, you better split the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you do it because for content wise, we just get way better stuff.
Oh,
when
agreed.
we're- When we're all under
always-
one roof.
Drafting the rooms, this and that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see our place in Scottsdale.
Place in Scottsdale looks sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job,
Like
Ed.
mini golf,
Wow.
It's got giant chess.
giant chess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Scott. I would never be able to live there.
Last time I just like could not get hydrated. I had chapped lips the whole
Yeah,
time. I just
yeah.
felt like I had a dull headache. I would
Boogers.
I need more
Slug
green.
waters.
They're only green as golf courses and
Yeah.
cactuses. Like everything, I need more green. I'm not a desert.
I'm with
guy.
you.
Don't you live in Manhattan?
I live in Jersey City, but I lived in Long Island. Like Long Island has a lot of green.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I saw
Manhattan
that one movie
is-
with the Obamas made about Long Island. That was kind of freaky.
I don't know what you're talking
What?
Well,
That's my favorite thing. Dave will.
Yeah.
I love when a piece of media sticks with Dave because he'll,
Yeah.
like that, the lobster, Handmaid's Tale,
I loved it.
yeah, are like three things where like that's those.
I
are the-
mean, you're forgetting the number one of all time.
but those are the three Dave viewers for like the last 6 months.
okay.
You know,
But
like,
The Big Short is
yeah, The
one
Big
of them.
Short is big.
Wait, fuck. You like The Big Short?
Love it.
Duh.
I fucking love The Big Short.
great
It's
movie,
Such a
right?
good movie.
Yeah.
So I watch it almost like every plane ride.
We
I'm in
went
a
through
dry
like
spell with movies though now.
Really?
New ones?
Yeah, like I would rewatch the big. There's been times like I saw something and then I want to rewatch it. Like Social Network, maybe 6 months ago, I was like, it's been a long time. I want to rewatch Social Network. But then you're good. Like I don't need to watch it again. Big Short, like I'll probably get that itch in 6 months because I watched it 10 years ago. Rewatch it, but then I'm good. Like I want to watch something new.
Did you watch the
Problem
new
is
ones?
selecting through the fucking things and it's like
Have you watched like Iron Claw and like
Yeah, I watched
Saltburn
Iron
and all that?
I haven't seen Saltburn.
I watched Iron Claw.
I liked Saltburn.
Who's the
I didn't watch
Who's
Saltburn.
the director of Big Short?
I don't know.
Sorkin,
Aaron
right?
Is it Sorkin?
That's
Oh,
Sorkin.
okay.
I'm
So-
Makes sense. I like
totally. I could care less who directs a movie.
That's stupid though.
I'm
I
typically
understand
like
that,
that,
but
too.
I don't care at all. I get like if you like this movie, you'll probably like another one the guy
Yeah.
directs. I couldn't tell you anyone that directed anything.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm normally
like
like that.
Scorsese, a couple, and like the
Yeah.
rest. That's it. I don't know anyone
You
else.
just need to know the heavy hitters like Spielberg, Scorsese, Tarantino.
but there's-
Tarantino's a foot guy, right?
Yeah, he's a
He loves
weirdo.
feet.
He did like Django, Pulp Fiction, Glorious
Yeah.
Bastards, those movies.
Yeah.
Kill Bill.
He did
Yeah, but to act like you
Hollywood.
Know anything of what the difference is?
But I think that I was going to say that The Big Short, and then have you seen that movie Vice, the Dick Cheney movie?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Like they're shot in a way, and like I'm never bored. Like it's, and I
Agreed.
feel it kind of like it moves kind of quickly and choppy, and they cut in and out, and they kind of like break that fourth wall where it's like I don't know, it's like different than what like it feels sort of new every time, even though it's not.
yeah.
Like, it's,
It was Adam McKay.
You don't know what it
He
is, but you
wrote
know
it.
how to.
Sorkin
You know
wrote
that you
it.
like it, right?
yeah.
Did he?
So that's
Yeah.
where I'm at. Like we can't describe.
Adam McKay.
We don't know what. We don't know enough about the direction of movies
Correct.
to say like what it is, but
Yeah.
we do know that once that guy directed it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I like that guy.
Yeah, he
Did
did.
you guys watch Dumb Money?
No, I've never even heard of that.
Didn't hate it. No, it was about like the GameStop stocks.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
That's-
That's
like-
one of those things where like it was just beat ad nauseum on social media. I was like, I don't need to.
I checked out immediately.
Yeah, I don't.
I
need
kind of
to
liked
do
it because I was part of it. I had.
I made
the
like
wave.
7,500 off Doge that one day.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I do wonder what Dave said. I don't know if he ever got an answer, but like, how could they just use his stuff without ever asking?
I think you're kind of just allowed. Like I think it was more like an interview he did.
Yeah,
I think, like,
Wait,
I think
what?
you're allowed to just take it.
maybe.
What are you referencing?
He was in the movie, or was he in the documentary?
It was in the movie.
He was in the movie.
Oh,
He's like, I don't care. I like the movie. I'm not going to say anything. But he's like, how are you just allowed to take this? And no one, like,
Yeah.
no
I
one
guess
said
that's
a
true.
word to him.
Yeah, it's your yeah.
That's a good point.
I don't know, but yeah, like Aronofsky, like he makes like the fucked up movies. You ever seen anything from him? You ever seen Requiem for a Dream?
yeah,
Yeah.
he fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Thanks for making me watch that.
Who
He
did
made
Butterfly
that.
Effect? That was a good movie.
That's pretty good.
It's a fucked up movie too.
Big time.
Very fucked up.
I was big into her for a minute. Amy Smart?
Amy Smart.
Yeah, she's been
smoke
around for like a
Outside
while.
Providence. Great
What-
movie.
What movie did she get naked in, Dave?
Road Trip?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. Doesn't brain is sharp. Well, you just beat Marty.
Did we?
Yeah, we
That
did
was-
last week.
I was coming off of I was not in the right headspace. My team's hit or miss.
Hit or miss? I'd say you're miss.
What do you mean? We're 2-4.
That's miss.
Is that?
I would define that as miss.
Who's your wins? Then don't tell me foreplay.
One of them's foreplay, and then one of them's your mom.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That one's not that bad.
I was
asked
I
if
was
you
talking to
Huh?
Jeff.
Don't need to get personal.
Yeah.
David Andrews is a better addition than Joey Chestnut.
No, I refuse to say. I had nothing against David Andrews, but I'm the biggest Chestnut
I like-
guy. I would watch his matches.
Did that ever happen? By the way, what I got you?
Yeah, it's caught. I saw the first
Coming?
cut. I saw the
okay.
first cut this
I don't want to
weekend.
spoil it.
No, it's all right. It's doing a documentary on a meatball eating contest, and Chestnut made a video for the guy who
Oh,
was in it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's going to be out next month.
I'll never forget. You know who Tom Mullins is?
Yeah.
Just we were at a bar in Orlando, and Tom Mullins and Joey Chestnut just wrestling on the floor, beating the shit out of each other.
For what reason?
Wild
Truly
card.
still don't know, but they were just rolling around on the floor.
How did you get connected with all these guys?
I just met them one day. It
Okay.
was a little respect. I just started talking to them.
All right.
I think they like my voice.
No,
Yeah,
he's
you
got
got
the
a character
weirdest
voice.
network,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
His network is the weirdest network.
It was like,
I have the most. My network is famous people's kids.
Yeah,
He's
cornered that mark.
I cornered that mark. I'm thinking about doing a documentary on it.
it's not a bad idea. Like,
Think about it.
Give me an example.
It's so the documentary would be Shaq's kid.
Okay.
Miles
old are these
O'Neal.
kids?
He's about 25. He's a DJ
Okay.
with Shaq.
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid.
Okay.
Age?
They're grown.
He's about 30 something. Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
And then
He dated Taylor Swift, right? Or no? Am I thinking
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus? Okay.
And then
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson's son. So that's a three like
That's
just-
heavy hitters.
It's heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he conceived on that boat?
I don't know. I don't know much about their story, the Tommy Lee stuff.
Eddie can probably get you Jordan's kid.
Oh,
That could be a good one.
yeah. I don't know if he
I-
fits the mold though.
Maybe we can bring back our monkey documentary style and do them.
Ah,
That's a documentary that is not talked about.
I
It isn't
agree.
talked about.
That has like almost 1 million views.
yeah. Actually,
on
let's give it a
YouTube.
check. Last time I
I'll
checked,
check.
it was like 800.
It had like 100,000, then all of a sudden the monkey surge happened, and it just went up to like
Yeah.
900.
Travis the Chimp, Barstool Sports. That's 806.
Damn.
806.
Yeah, you got a lot
that's
to
a-
bait. This meatball doc has got a lot of shoes to, or big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
What, the meatball?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be as good as Travis, but it just chronicles a local Chicago guy who's 70 years old
Yeah.
and does
love
competitive
that.
eating. Yeah, and he's the most likable guy ever. Like, he's just very endearing. He's like, well,
What's his name?
His name is Frank.
Where's he from? Which name?
He's actually from Norwood Park.
Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
as much.
When Joey Chestnut he thought he was doing it for Frank the Tank at first.
Oh, really?
At first, but then I
Oh,
explained it to him.
It's like, no, you got to Frank.
Frank's an interesting cat to
Like
travel
Frank
with.
doesn't need you.
Frank.
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, let's get into that.
Interesting cat to travel with.
How so?
I mean, he showed up. He fucking almost got kicked off the plane. Fucking just screaming about the Mets. And
Really?
coming over to like take pictures. Other people kind of looking like, what's going on? He's just tearing the thing to shreds.
For like social videos?
Just in general. I mean, he would have done it anyway. It's me, Jenks, and him. And then I was just like, Frank, we're gonna have a good time, right? And he's like, all right. Like, he calms down, but then he goes right back into it.
The Mets
I'm doing my
Guys I was
first-
with just love him. So we were in their office after the game playing trivia till like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was fucking crazy.
I'm doing my first
Frank's complaining
Frank the
about the
Tank trip.
questions.
Where you going?
Really?
Not trip, but me and Nicky Mush. I'll go sitting courtside with Frank at Seton Hall.
Oh, that'll
fun.
be fun.
That's good.
My brother also works another job at the Devils, and he hears the complaints that people get from Frank. They're like, "Oh, Frank the Tank got kicked out today." Like every day, my brother's like, "Now they're complaining about Frank." Just there's kids around his section, and parents are like going to security, be like, "He's cursing around my kids."
That was that video the other day was wild.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so who
Awesome.
who was he saying to fire?
He was saying fire Lindy. I don't know if he's the
I think
GM
that's
or
the
whatever.
owner or the
Chief would
GM.
probably speak to that. Who's Lindy?
Who's Lindy? Yeah.
Lindy?
Yeah.
Lindy Ruff. He's the coach.
Okay,
really?
fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
right.
been around for. He's
Lindy.
Lindy.
And then they start screaming, "Shut up, Frank!" And he went berserk. You love losing. You love losing. And they had to calm him
Dude.
down. He's shaking the rail. I think they took him behind the curtain, and if they truly did kick him out, it would have been like
Pandemonium.
headline news.
But like Lindy Ruff has been on the Frank's hot seat for like 3 years
Yeah.
now. I can't believe he
The
survived
craziest
it.
thing is like he just doesn't. I think he can only give so much because he doesn't give a lot to Seton Hall.
Yeah,
He likes Seton Hall.
maybe he has
does,
like
but he
realistic
doesn't give a- like, you don't
expectations.
But
live in-
Devils,
yeah.
he's more. Devils,
Like, he
he
gives
is
it
a
all
little
to the
more
Mets.
tamed because he's seen a cup, right?
I've seen probably 3.
3. So
Yeah.
he's seen that, so he gives them more leeway. But
Yeah.
the Mets and obviously the Dolphins are
Yeah.
a no go.
Yeah, and like you have with Seton Hall, you have to be like, we are Seton Hall.
Seton Hall's a bubble team.
Yeah.
That's just what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they had some
They
good
made the
teams
Final
with
Four
Willard.
one time, like
Yeah.
1989.
Did you see his speech to the team though? I
No.
wasn't expecting that. He talks about his grandfather, where like in the team circle, and the coach is like, these guys came down, like they're my friends. You know, this is a big thing. They haven't been on TV and on ESPN News since fucking '97 at home or something like that. Like they're like, this is a big deal. Frank starts talking about his grandfather or something from Troy, and he's like, and there is no more Troy. He's like, I'm the horse, ride the horse. The fucking team was ready to run through a wall. Like,
Really?
they're up 20 in the first half.
That's sensational.
It was like 11 at halftime. It was big. It was a fucking big deal. Like and then again the next day, like he's flipping out in the hotel. Like he's a fucking wild cat.
I find myself rooting for the Devils just because I need like playoff Frank. Like they're just on the outside looking in right now, and they had a game while we were at the Dells. I think we were at the Dells. They're playing Tampa. I'm like, they got to win this game. They got to win this game. And it's basically I just want Frank on my timeline freaking out about the Devils losing in April. Like that's what I want.
For me would be Islanders Devils playoff series. I'd go to Borelli's and wait tables on my own. Like just to be a part of the stream. Like they'd be like, you know, you don't really fit into the stream. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
In the background.
I'm
But
just
like
watching.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Like I'm there.
Serving the pizzas.
The Borelli's are
Frankie's a psychopath.
yeah.
Frankie might be crazier, or I shouldn't say crazier, as crazy about the Islanders as Frank is about his teams.
Right.
He's a lunatic.
And I think it helps that Frankie, you don't know much about, like he is a fan of the Yankees and all this, but like he is dialed in
He's
on
the Islanders.
when you have the one team.
Yeah.
Did you guys get dinner or anything?
No, dude, we're on a tight schedule.
Damn.
Got walks. He's got his
Yeah,
salt
they had
breaks.
walks at like the chancellor
Have you
of the school was talking to
seen-
him.
A live Frank salt shot.
A live Frank salt shot?
Like he'll just be in conversation with you, and just pull out a packet of salt.
Oh, no.
Shot.
Bro, the hot dog.
Get the electrolytes going?
It's
telling the
I
guy.
haven't seen that.
Unbelievable.
The guy's like 5 feet away. He's like, this one, this chili dog. Look, this is where I say less is more. And he's got the fucking hat on. It's like, he's
Yeah.
the best. Dude.
He's a
It's
content
unreal.
machine.
The
He
place, the
is.
guy had
They
like
don't
a sigh
stop.
of relief. Whatever he gave him, I'm not gonna spoil it, but he gave him a good review, and like he was like, oh, thank God, like raw dog, because that could fucking tank a place. I told you, Kettle Black added. They ordered a package of 6 hot dogs as a chance. When we were coming in on Friday to let him do the hot dog review, and they're like, if it takes off, then we could order more. Like people, they didn't have it on the menu. I was like, Frank, they added it to the menu as a favor. Like, no promises. That's what he tells me. No promises.
It's got to be a good dog.
Hey, it's authentic.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
unapologetically authentic.
Does he do that for electrolytes to get to the salt shot?
I don't know. I think he just does.
I don't know. It's one of my favorite things when he does it in front of me.
I had the best soda I've ever had down there, though.
What was it?
Really?
Dr. Pepper cream soda.
Fountain?
Oh, you never had one before?
Oh.
I don't think I ever
Are they in
had
the
that.
fridge back there?
I don't know.
They're fucking.
There's
good.
Dr. Pepper around the office.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper cream soda is unbelievable.
Yeah, it is good. I've had it
That
before.
that was still one of my all-time favorite Frank things. We did it was a soda draft, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like a sommelier, like a wine, and he was pairing
Yep.
sodas with all these different, like what goes
Yeah, I
good
mean,
with, what goes good with
I
a
would-
burger?
no.
Orange soda. Like he was, and he had like the perfect food pairing for every soda. It was
Like he said, there's nothing that pairs better with the midnight Thanksgiving leftover sandwich than apple juice.
Martinelli's apple juice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, I love apple juice.
Apple,
Right?
I love
Hey,
apple juice too, but for
I water it down.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah, we're like, Frank, what about barbecue? Cherry Coke.
honestly, that's
And
so
honestly, they
true.
all made sense.
he was-
That's
yeah, you'd
really
say it'd be
true.
like,
Yeah, he wasn't like off base at all.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I give
yeah.
him credit. I mean, those walks, like, you see the difference massively.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Killing
he's doing
Gotta start
great.
doing it. Yeah, I just hate
For
the winter.
Frank.
Like, maybe I'm a pussy. He does whatever. But the winter, like, I don't want to be outside. Like,
He'll pivot
Fuck
to a
no.
mall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I think he
in the
did a
spring and the
museum
summer,
here.
you should be able to like walk. You know, you could do a lot before you realize.
100%.
Did wait, you said something. Oh, what was it? What was he at his peak for? Sodas a day? You asked him in that stream, right?
What? Oh, he has 10 sodas a day.
He doesn't do that anymore, right?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he just diet, obviously.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Clemmer, I have a tracker on my phone. I used to sit next to Clemmer. Clemmer's at about 3 a day at work. Cokes.
Yeah,
That's
the
insane.
problem. You can pound like same thing. You pound one, you pound the next. It's like
It's like Francesca's, guys.
yeah.
Diet Coke.
How many does he do?
Tons.
Yeah.
That's all he drinks.
Really? Like even like when you golfed with him, he was like,
He had a Diet Coke. He did have a Diet Coke.
Really?
Yeah.
interesting. Speaking of sports, I mean, we should get into this now.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I was gonna say maybe we'll wait for Thursday, but like this is too
It's
emergency.
too
so-
relevant. Yeah.
Yeah, so we went to the game on Sunday. Chief,
Blackhawks game.
yeah, the Blackhawks game. Chelios' number retirement. It was Patrick Kane returns night. Me and Chief somehow stumbled our way into a private Eddie Vedder and Kid Rock concert. It was quite the.
How did that happen before you get to the game? How did you? Because your after party, Eddie's been. Because I'm at my wit's end with Eddie.
What do you mean?
Because he's all week stringing me along. How long do you know about the? I actually want to.
No.
Let me talk to Chief.
All right.
How long
Let
did
me
you know
tell
about
my
the game
side
you guys
after.
were going?
I did throw out.
Here's how it went down. We were I was always going to the game. I think you were always going to the game, and then I was going to go with you guys.
Always going to the game.
But I was going to go with you guys to dinner after the game.
Uh-huh.
So Eddie has me text my guy Dave Flom, who's owns and operates like one of the best steakhouses in Chicago Cut, to ask for a table for 10 for Sunday night.
Uh-huh.
So I called Dave, and I'm like, "Hey, we need a table," and he's like, "We're actually not open on Sundays," which I never knew. And
Really?
Wait, is it open tonight?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Can you get me one too?
I could probably get you in. Yeah, Dave's. I mean, feel that like, hey,
He's
thanks.
hid that name from
Hey.
me forever, by the way. Now I know it.
But you don't have his number, and I'll never give it to you.
I'll-
You've met him.
Dude,
I know
no,
many
tell-
times.
Fair or foul. We'll get into
Hold
the
on.
steakhouse movie.
So then,
That's
so
actually-
Dave Flom is like very good friends with Chelios. They share a boat together, so like they like they're tight. So he's like, "Are you going to the game?" I'm like, "Yep, going to the game. Very excited." And he's like, "Are you going to the after party?" And I'm like, "I don't know about any after party." He's like, I'm like, "What is it?" He's like, "Oh, it's going to be in the atrium, which is like right next to United Center." And he's like, "I think Vedder's playing." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, like I've met Chelios. That guy's introduced me. Like Chelios just never remembers me.
That's
I've met him
hilarious.
probably 12, 15 times
Yeah.
the last 3 years."
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "All right, don't worry about it. I'll put you on the list." So I was
What
like,
day was this?
this was whenever I was making the reservation.
What day? It's very important.
It was either Saturday or Sunday morning. I can't recall exactly. I could look it up on my phone actually.
Like day of the game?
It was Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
Let me. I'll pull up the text.
String.
No.
String.
Listen, I told you guys. Listen,
So Eddie asked me to make the reservation, make the call, which
Yeah.
I did. This is Friday, so we're going back and forth on Friday, and then all this happened on Friday, and then I texted him again yesterday morning at 10 a.m. about the party to confirm.
Listen, it was an unfortunate turn of events.
Well, he wouldn't tell me any of it. We're in a group chat. He wouldn't say, like, hey, he's like, we'll confirm soon. Not sure if I can go. Out of nowhere. We're like, why? And he just didn't say anything.
Yep.
Because I
And I'm
don't
like,
I
what do
said-
you mean he didn't
He
say
was
like,
being coy, wasn't
I
he?
actually texted him
are you
separately asking him if he was
talking about?
personally okay. I was like, you just not want to tell, like, is everything okay? He goes, oh, yeah, I'm
Well,
fine.
I felt bad. We like,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
I
but-
didn't know for sure.
yeah.
But
like,
if you
even-
told me I'm going to see Kid Rock, I'm not going to, what am I, a jerk off? I'm going to be like, yeah, go see Kid Rock.
no, I think people would be like, "Oh, can I come? Can I come? Can I?"
No,
come?
I would never.
not maybe not you personally,
yeah,
but
even I get what you mean. But I was
Yeah.
like, let's, because we've also been talking about going to dinner for like
Yes.
a month.
I was in a group chat as me, you, Dana, and Tommy. And as soon as I literally was trying to make our dinner plan, I was like, hey, can you please text Dave from Chicago Cut, get us in there? He sends us a reversal and says, we're not open, and I could give you 4 tickets to this show. I was
yeah.
Okay.
But even
Fuck, I'm
when
sorry,
even when we were in line,
That's fair.
No, it's
Yeah.
fair, but the way he was going about it was more.
He was
like,
being coy, wasn't he?
Yeah, because if he just was straight up, like, listen, if you told me that Chief
Yeah.
was going to get us into this place, it's not open, and Kid Rock's playing, go fucking
Yeah, you
have
gotta
fun.
stop
Kid.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
and Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, no,
Non-committal is not that bad. I think
Yeah.
you just play it till everything.
But I said I was out, and you're like, all right, you all right? Why? Like, I just didn't give you a reasoning yet.
But
Yes.
even as we were walking up to the table to get in, I was still like somewhat nervous that we weren't
You
going to
were
get in. My phone was
Yeah.
dying. Like I hope Dave actually he's never like not come through, but it's like one of those situations. It was like chaotic trying to get in,
Yeah.
and so then once we were in, man, it was fucking.
When
awesome.
Are you
someone-
guys better like that too? You think you're better off having nosebleeds in hand, like you actually know your you know where you're gonna be, or you know what you got, rather than being super hooked up, but you leave it to the open.
Somebody
I'd rather
else.
this-
Depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get in that situation, though, where, like, it doesn't follow through.
Yeah.
Like the whole time.
Yeah,
and
but
then
that's-
especially when you're like, when you have the hookup and other people kept being like, hey, like, do you have the ticket? Can you send it to me? It's like, nah, well, this guy said we're on a list and we take care of it. Then people start getting
being the
you start
hookup
getting sweaty
guy
like that.
is tough.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
when I worked for the Knicks as an intern, I picked a kid for a contest on the court, which is actually a very funny thing. They blindfold him, and the crowd boos him if he walks the wrong way. And the cheerleader, the Nick City dancer, stands there, and she's got the ball like this. She's holding it like by her waist. The kid is blindfolded, and he's walking out like this. He's walking right at her. Right at the right height.
Yeah.
To, like, turn into a man in front of 19,000 people. And the girl just whacks the ball up and like basically like breaks his hands. But like the girl behind who I worked for at the desk goes like this. We almost had like a literal like. So anyway, the guy's like, here's my card. I work for Jones Beach. I'm like, yeah, cool. Put it in my pocket. We're filling it out. I'm like, all right, buddy, you know what you do? Like, whatever. He's like, yo, take a look at that card. I'm like, all right. I look. He's like, I run Jones Beach. Anything you want. Like, all right. My sister graduates high school. John Mayer hit him up for 6 tickets. On the way out there, my brother's like, so do you have the tickets? I'm like, no, he's got them at Will Cole. Whatever.
Oh, no.
Bro, no chance.
Yeah.
He's like, where do we park? I'm like, he told us park in the VIP. We park in the VIP. We pull up. This old guy's standing there with like a clipboard. We're on the list. My brother's like, we ain't on the list. The whole time he's checking, we're on the list. We go in. Then we go to the Will Call. I'm like, hey, do you guys have tickets under this name? They're like, no. Who left them for you? I go, Adam. When I say Adam, they fucking people start turning shit everywhere. They're like, Adam? So my brother's like, who the fuck is this?
Adam, yeah.
We never saw a ticket. He gave us wristbands and put an X on them. We were like,
that's like the
open
real.
thing. But
the
that
real
stress
hookup.
of like, don't worry about it.
No,
Yeah.
I actually love. No,
Yeah.
I love that.
That's real. Like that's the guy.
Yeah,
Because
that makes you nervous, especially if like other people are counting on you.
Yeah, but
Like,
how good did you look to them?
Oh, you look
Great.
Like,
Exactly. That's it's nice being it, but it is stressful. I agree.
Yeah.
Because then you also feel weird, especially if it's like the person, like if it's like a singer or like putting on a concert.
Yeah, like
you
they're
wanna
busy.
keep texting them,
Yeah.
being like, "Hey, am I all good?" Because
Yeah.
you'd have to put on a show. Like that's the worst.
Yeah.
Also, when you go to Will Call and you say like, "Hey, I'm here for Matt Cahill," and they're like, "We don't have Matt Cahill tickets," and then they're like,
Marty
"Marty Mush," like, "Oh, let me see your ID." I'm like, "Well, I can show my Instagram."
that's all I got.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
It happens
Well, that happens
all
with me
the time,
too, Chief. Yeah.
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 Hardy didn't know my name was Matt for like so long, and I would every time like, bro, you have to put Matt instead.
How was the show?
The whole event was sick. Like you
you
walk
enjoyed
in and like the first people
You
I
enjoyed
saw
it?
were Sidney Crawford, Mark Messier, like it was a who's who. Jeremy Roenick was in there. Connor Bedard came through. Danny Wirtz, who's like the owner, who he and I are just like we're like friendly. Like we're friendly.
Yeah.
And
Owner of the Blackhawks?
Yeah, the owner. So it's kind of funny. There was at one point.
Yeah.
So Big Cat had gone to the game with his kid, and then so he went back, dropped him off, and then he did PMT, and he texted me at some point. He's like, "Hey, like
Yeah,
you
my
still
phone
there?" I was
died.
like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can you get me in?" And he was already on like whatever, but like at this point it was so late where it's like everything shut down. I was like, "Yeah, I think I can." I just went up to the owner of the fucking Hawks, and I was like, "Hey, Big Cat?" He's like, "Yeah, I think so."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You mind if he comes?" he's just like, "Sure."
Yeah.
He just,
and like
goes
Danny's
with-
the nicest guy. You would never say no.
Like such a good dude.
Yeah. John McEnroe was there. I had a very nice. I had
I would
probably had a-
kill to watch Sean McEnroe in person get into a fist fight.
Oh, he was playing guitar. He was on
played a
stage.
song, yeah.
Had a nice, like probably 15-minute chat with Theo Epstein.
Okay.
Literally, like everybody was there. Like every former Blackhawk was there. The current team. It was like incredible. It was. And there was. How many people do you think were in there? 200. Like
Yeah. I'd say
yeah. It
that's
was like
fair.
like
It was
pretty
intimate.
Yeah. It was awesome. Kid Rock. I don't think I got the video of this, but
He did 2 songs.
he did 2 songs and
That's
like
almost better.
in the middle of the 2 songs, he's like, this place sounds like it's filled with a bunch of fucking Democrats. Like, let's go. And so, like, the crowd all riled up. And he was drinking Bud Light on stage though, which I found that kind of funny. That's all they
I
have
love
there.
that.
He did Sweet Home Alabama, and he did All Summer Long.
But yeah.
Oh,
Well,
They
that's
did
like
the same 2 songs.
basically,
Kinda,
yeah.
kinda,
fantastic.
But it was great. And Eddie Vedder played for a while, I feel like.
Yeah, Eddie Vedder played a
couple
while.
different sets. And,
He was tuned up, but he was
Yeah.
he was cool. He was awesome.
yeah.
Was Pearl Jam still perform together?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably coming to Wrigley this summer.
Yeah.
They were ahead of my time. I know who they are. And I know a couple of their.
I was like right on the
obviously, but,
edge.
like, I grew up in my aunt's. I had a young aunt, and my aunt had she would listen to Pearl Jam.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
Stone Temple Pilots. I remember the posters in the room and shit like that. But other than that, like,
Yeah. But no, it was an awesome night, and then like the game was incredible. So the Blackhawks are in dead last, like 32nd in the league. They don't, and they've been bad for a long time. They haven't had a big game in years, and this actually felt like a big game. Like I had like that big game buzz with all the Chelios stuff, and they did a great job with that ceremony. And then Patrick Kane coming back, and then you just knew, like I bet him #DK partner. I bet him to score. I bet him to have an assist. I bet Bedard to go, like, because they're just big game guys. And then it gets to overtime, and like the puck leaks out, and who's in for a breakaway is 88, and you're like, duh, like he's gonna score, and he sniped it, and it was awesome. Like I loved every second of it.
Like there was just guys like this running around.
Who?
Like this guy, he's in Scrubs, John C. McKinley.
Yeah,
He's in Malibu Mob. I was like, hey,
this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, was Cusack there?
Like that?
No,
Cusack's not.
no.
Did you keep your eyes peeled?
I know for a fact. I'll tell you why after. I think I might have already told you. Cusack is not going to be invited to stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You would take a picture with that guy with all.
Well, it was
Yeah.
just funny. Like it was.
No,
just
that's
like,
funny.
Like I sat there. I was like, should I go grab a pic with Theo? Should I grab a pic with Chris?
Yeah.
Like, and it could have happened easily. But I was like, I think it's just cool if I just get this guy.
I didn't take any pictures with anybody because I felt like it was almost like too private to be like.
It was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like people were
Like
asking,
that guy probably loved it, but like I didn't want to
What
be
you
like.
got to do on events like that? You got to tip the hired photographer.
Oh yeah, I was.
around, and then they take it, and you guys go in the hallway. You're like, here's my
Yeah.
and you're getting like the
That's actually Rico.
That's a good
drop
idea.
call.
That is a really
Because you
good.
make it authentic.
tip.
Like, all right, give me like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to the guy, like whatever, and
Do a round.
This
go
guy.
around, like, oh, you want a drink?
Yeah.
And then you happen to just, and they'll be like, and the person will be like, hey, can I take your picture? And before like fucking the guy from Scrubs can even like react, you're just already like, here we go. So like, you just trap them.
Yeah, this guy thinks that Blackhawks fans are the worst for cheering for Kane. That we should know.
So I've watched the video probably a half dozen times now.
which time?
What is the deal?
When they scored.
When
The game
Kane-
winner?
That
Traded him?
no. So
Did he ever not play for the Blackhawks?
He got traded at the
Playing
deadline,
now, yeah.
so he's at the end of his career.
Yes.
He's 35 years old. He said even
He was a Ranger for a little bit, right?
like
for a half year.
Last year.
2 months, and he said this week, and he said similar things before, that I would have signed a lifetime contract. Like he's like, I don't, I know they're gonna be bad. I'm in for the rebuild. He's like, like he, and I've heard like friends of his be like, yeah, like he wanted to stay and just smash every record, and then they never even told him what their plans were for him. Like he did an interview last January, so the deadline's 2 months away, being like, yeah, no one's told me about anything. Like they could have signed him like legally by the CBA in July to an extension if they want him. They didn't tell the most important player in the history of the franchise what their plans were for him until 2 weeks before the deadline. And then they patted themselves on the back. We were like, oh, we traded him to the team we wanted to go to. Well, he had a full no trade clause. So he has to approve every trade. Stop trying to like take a victory lap for getting rid of the guy. And then even in the summer when they won the lottery and got Bedard, he made a comment. He was like, yeah, I was really hoping that phone would ring. He kept his house in Lake Forest. Like he wanted to be a Blackhawk, and the Blackhawks were, because they're the fucking worst, said no.
How did he come back?
So now he's on Detroit, and this is his first game since leaving the Blackhawks in playing in Chicago.
What are you sleeping in a locker?
Yeah, what's going on?
I thought he was back because everybody was excited. Did he hit the game winner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Against the Blackhawks.
Against
Yes.
the Black, and that's
Yes.
I
So
thought he
the
just came
entire
back. Everyone was excited. Kane. I thought he came
Rico,
back.
the crowd
I
went
don't
fucking
follow-
wild for it.
I don't follow. Okay, that's
it-
tough. And I
Dave-
don't follow hockey to a degree, but yeah, I guess if the front office mismanaged it, I don't know about going wild.
No, but also the Blackhawks
it was-
were really
It
bad.
was way too
See,
much.
that was the
We're
thing.
in-
I only got pieces of the story. They went wild. I thought he came back. I was like, oh, okay, he's
Yeah.
back with the Blackhawks.
No. He plays for the other team.
Got
Plays for the other team, but this team is in dead
Just
last.
on the ice.
Yeah.
let me defend. Let me
Plays
defend.
for the other team.
Let me defend the arena. Is someone in the arena? Let me defend us for a second. There was a good amount of Red Wings fans.
Yeah.
there.
I
So-
didn't
yeah.
take that
So
into
so
account.
so
Yeah.
that was a good pop, obviously, because Chelios was.
How
a
are the Red
Wing.
Wings doing this year?
They're a
Also-
playoff team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a good
That
amount of Red
matters,
Wings
yes.
fans. So you definitely saw Red Wings fans celebrating. B, like Chief said, we're really bad.
Yep.
Still doesn't excuse it though.
That
I agree. 3 or C. It was like it was like something took over you.
Yeah.
When he got the puck back, and it was like that, like
You're like, here it comes.
The guy you loved.
yeah.
He
But
plays
it-
for the other team
but for
just in
me,
name only. Like he is a Blackhawk to a degree. You know?
yeah.
He is like that franchise, and this is what people who don't like follow it, they don't understand. The franchise was dead. There were 6,000 people in the stands. The home games were not on TV. Like it was the deadest organization. ESPN used to rank all the professional sports teams in North America. So every league in one ranking. The Blackhawks were dead last every year, and deservedly so. And then Kane comes in, and he's the greatest American player ever. They win 3 Stanley Cups. He wins an MVP, wins a scoring title. He has like, I don't know. There's a YouTube video of his playoff goals that's 15 minutes long. Like the guy was just the most clutch guy ever. Like all like my memories with like my dad and my brother are all centered around this guy. If I can't applaud him scoring a game winner,
fair.
like then I don't know what sports is even about.
If the Blackhawks were a number 1 seed this year,
Totally,
it's
we're not
totally different.
Right.
Yes.
They have like 10
Right.
wins. Who gives a shit?
But I think there's something to what Dave's saying.
There
There's
was
both. There's
so overdone. There, I appreciate
in a meaningless
you say
game
a lot
in
of
February.
You say a lot of your best sports moments are with Patrick Kane. Same here.
But it doesn't mean the same. It's not even
doesn't matter
close.
because
it does matter.
Unfortunately, the truth.
Here we go.
Unfortunately, the truth.
But if they lost all those games, you wouldn't give a fuck. Like you don't care about the Blackhawks.
No, I know.
Right.
True.
It's the team that I care about more than anything.
I get that. I know there's a difference. However, I guess I'm just wired differently. I root for the team. I sink with the ship. I go down with the ship. The players are all literally just a number to me.
Yeah,
Every single fucking one of them. I didn't give a shit that Frank Thomas hit his 500th home run in
That's fucking
Blue Jays
crazy.
or
you don't have an
A's uniform.
emotional connection. But did he do it again? Like, also he was not part of that 05 team really.
Yeah, he was on
What?
halfway through. Yeah,
Not really. Did
But,
you have
okay.
any moments in the playoffs? Like,
No, he was
you don't
hurt.
have the same emotional connection to Patrick Kane that everybody else in that building.
then use Paul Konerko or any one of those starting pitchers. Mark Burley saved the game shit faced. I love all those guys. However, I'm not rooting against the White Sox. If Chris Sale, like the second, I was like, no. There is something to say about like you said, like we hate the team right now. I get that part. I fucking get that part. And you are chasing lottery balls for sure.
Totally.
But they were cheering for the player over the team, and I take exception to
No, but like you still like even in the
And
I take exception.
I wasn't rooting for
And I know I'm not the only one that
I
thinks
wasn't
this.
rooting for the Red Wings during the game. Okay? I'm rooting for the Blackhawks. I want Bedard to score. I want and you guys know that about me. Like I'm not rational when it comes to like I want to win. Like I want my teams to win, even if I know it's gonna fuck us.
I don't know. I think it's a pretty like you're off the hook because if you watch the clip of when Ewing came back as a Nick, and they give him the shot late, I think he misses it, but like the crowd was going berserk. Like, for Ewing, it's fucking Ewing. I don't care. He's wearing a Sonics.
Yeah, it's not a random guy that came back from
Right.
Blackhawks.
For our
The guy literally
franchise,
was the
yeah.
best
Times with
Blackhawk.
him.
And I would even
One game we stink. He hits it and he beats you on a walk-off home run or a buzzer beater. You're like,
Yeah, and I would also
goal.
Chris Chelios, who had his number retired. He also at the end of his career he played like 8 years for him, but people thought it was the end of his career. He goes to the Red Wings. He got booed every time he touched the puck in Chicago for a decade, and then it wasn't until the Hawks won that he was like, I don't know, kind of like brought back into the family, even though like he's from Chicago, like he's Mr. Chicago.
I didn't want to sound dumb. I remembered him more as a Red Wing.
No,
that's not dumb at all.
fair.
No,
Yeah, it's not
it
fair.
was
He won a cup there. He played there for 8 years. He played there
When
until
you guys said he was getting retired, I was like, oh.
Yeah, well,
he did the whole 90s in Chicago. Then he did like the second half of 99 to like 2007 with Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like he was like he wanted to leave. Like Kane, they had to like physically rip him out of Chicago. He wants to be a Blackhawk. So like that changes the equation for me too, where it's like, hey, like this guy, he would be the best player on the worst team in the league and be happy to be in Chicago and take pride and like be part of the rebuild. Like he wanted all of that. And the organization said no. If he'd been like, hey, I want out, fuck this, I'm out of here, trade me, then that would sour it for me a little bit. But the fact that he was like, no, like I'll stay.
I get all that. I don't think that all is take away the Red Wings fans, obviously, but say there's 15,000 Blackhawks fans, they're not thinking of it like that. They're thinking Patrick
Absolutely,
Kane.
yeah, that's
over-
how I was thinking about
I
it.
think Eddie's point is correct too. Like,
But
it seems like
but
something
even
just
even
took
so,
over.
like
It truly
I-
did, Dave. Once you saw him and he was open and he had that, everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
It's a buzz.
that's the guy you're gonna root for.
Yeah, like this is
Now-
this is gonna happen.
I take that in.
It was like destiny.
I can
you know, like
understand that perspective. I will never ever not say that 20 fucking minute standing ovation, that was overblown.
I don't think it was 20. It wasn't.
I'm embellishing for the sake of dramatics.
Dude, I mean, but that's
Wait,
the
you
thing.
think that was?
I thought it was
the first period when he took like the 3 laps.
No, I'm talking about the overtime winner.
Oh, I wasn't really like that though.
No.
Dude. I'm telling you, being there in person, it was not.
I know that we're all Blackhawks fans here. You're actually a fan. I know that there are just unbiased people out there that think the same way as me.
Dave,
That was
the guy behind me in my seat kept being like, "All right," like after the standing O and like the first period's like, "All right, let's play hockey. Hit him into the board."
Yeah,
Like,
and
he was
Bedard
like-
did, and I loved it.
Yeah.
like Bedard.
Oh,
put
I
it-
saw that.
Yeah,
That was great.
like I
Yeah,
love that.
that's-
Yeah.
yeah.
You see Kaner's line about it?
I didn't.
He's like, he's lucky he had that bubble on. It would have gone after him. So like,
I
it
like
was-
that too.
Yeah, I like it. But he was Joe. It was like
Yeah,
tongue in
yeah.
cheek. But
Yeah.
it was but it, like the whole if you can't celebrate that guy, like
I love that line. And
You had a
I love it
whole
again.
celebration for him prior to the puck drop.
when he throws the
No,
no
you
hitter
didn't.
and the big.
They didn't have a video jumbotron.
it was after like the first whistle.
Okay, after the first whistle, whenever it
give
was.
it to
And he
him.
scores.
You gotta give it to him. All right, Chapel. They beat us.
I don't know
Gotta
what's
give it to
going
him.
I thought it was a little much, and like I said, I perhaps am just cut from a different cloth, but I thought that I was a little offended, just a little bit.
Offended.
As a casual
Just a
Blackhawk
little
fan,
bit.
I was offended.
I know as a fan of
I don't-
anything.
As a
Well, I
guy who
was
saw the
offended too.
clips on Twitter, he was.
I don't think Dave's crazy. I really don't.
Dude,
but I'm
it
just
is
telling him it wasn't as bad in the building as it seemed.
Yeah,
on
it's-
TV.
yeah, and I'm just
I'm
going
not
off-
allowed to. I'm not allowed to clap for that guy who's given this organization 16
Sure,
fucking
had that.
years.
They gave a video tribute to him.
Well, then he had another but that was the thing. It was like a classic Patrick Kane moment. He's done
Game
that
means
thing,
nothing,
and
At
it
that point,
means
you're better
nothing.
off clapping for him.
But
Yes.
but let me throw one more thing in here. It is the fucking Detroit Red Wings.
Yes.
And it's a team that
That's
we've
another-
hated
Yeah, that's a good
forever.
point.
Okay? But
When did they go to
counterpoint,
the East?
that rivalry is
10
pretty
years
fucking
ago.
dead.
I was
It's
gonna say-
dead.
The
It's
Detroit
like,
sucks chance,
They-
they are like whimpering.
They come here once a year. Detroit plays Chicago once a year. Like that. When you used to be in the same division and you played 6 times a year and you had the playoff series in 13, that was a fucking war.
Why do they only play once a year now?
Because
conferences.
they went to the Eastern Conference.
You guys are in the West. Right?
Yeah.
See, that's bizarre.
But we're in the East for basketball.
I
Like
know.
I don't fucking know.
They got to fix that.
I agree.
Yeah, the fact that
That's
you're in the
crazy.
West is bizarre to me.
Me too. I have to
should-
stay up late watching them play Vancouver, and
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Detroit's
yeah.
400 miles
That's-
away or 40 minutes away, whatever.
God.
So like that, I don't know. But it was.
The Detroit, I was disappointed in that. The
Why
Detroit
is that?
sucks
Because you have
chance.
so many East teams,
There's
Yeah.
more teams in the East,
like
yeah,
Buffalo. And,
yeah, Ottawa, all the
yeah.
Canadian ones, yeah.
That makes sense.
But
Jesus Christ! So like,
But Detroit used to be-
Sharks are like a conference game for you guys.
yeah.
Put fucking Columbus in the West.
Jesus.
Yeah, but then Columbus is like, well, we want to play Detroit and Pittsburgh, and it's like, well, you guys just been in the league for 5 minutes. You always suck. Like, well, let's cater to the
that's
teams
a
that are
they should-
good.
Why did they do that? There was no pushback when it happened.
Well, they expanded, right, and they just had to shift the conferences
What
around.
about Nashville? Nashville's kind of new.
Nashville's in our league.
Or
Put
West.
Nashville in the West.
They are in the
Our
West.
West.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, but so Detroit was in the West for like my entire life until like 10 years ago. Like I think it was 2014. I think that was the thing. So the Hawks played the Wings in the second round of the playoffs in 2013. It went to Game 7. The Hawks won in overtime.
What is
They're down
Detroit?
3-1.
Detroit's in the East.
Detroit's in the East. Is this guy on drugs?
No, he doesn't listen.
No, but back in the day,
Yeah, this is crazy.
He's
You're
saying
talking about
that.
the same
playoff
thing
series.
7 times in a
I
row.
stopped listening because he just kept
When-
saying the same thing.
when did you move? 10 years ago, officially?
The Hawks never moved. The Hawks
Holy
never
shit.
moved.
Who cares? First of all, second of all, listen to the.
I
fucking
am
guy.
listening.
No, you're not.
You were
No,
never in the East.
No.
The Red Wings used to be in the East and the
No!
West. The Red Wings used to be in the West with the Blackhawks.
Got it.
The Red Wings moved to the Eastern Conference.
Because at one point there was a playoff series. That's what the disconnect.
In 2013 and the next year, the Wings moved to the Eastern Conference.
Got it.
And that was like the end of the rivalry. Yeah.
Got it.
Correct.
That makes sense.
And the Wings have been bad. When the Hawks were great, with the exception of 13, the Wings they've been on like an 8-year rebuild. So like they were bad when the Hawks were good. The Hawks were bad when they were good. Like it was just never like my whole life. It's never really been, except for that one playoff series. It hasn't been like that fierce.
They got to kick them back to the West.
I agree. I
You
agree.
can't- what is it? Is it right now 5-1 original 6 teams?
Yeah, they're all in
That's
this.
fucking
They're all in the same
dumb.
division. No. The Rangers are in the Metro. But yeah, like the Hawks are the only original 6 team in the West.
Rangers
That
are so
sucks.
good.
They are good.
They
They lost yesterday. That kid
All I
Rempe,
do, my guy is Trocheck's the best.
he's a good player.
He's good.
Who's this? You know his fucking kid or something?
No, people's always say do we look alike, and we just say
you do kind of look alike.
we just say
kinda look
cuz
alike.
back and forth every time they win. Cuz that's
How are the
it.
Blues doing?
They suck.
Not good.
They're like a borderline playoff team.
I like it.
But like he does that. Someone, I think it was like Biz or Witt, were saying Rempe, who's this big dude for the Rangers, 6'6". Every time I open my phone, he's in a fight. They're calling it like the Linsanity of the Rangers because he like came out of nowhere and he's become this fan favorite because he's like a nice kid. Like when he's being interviewed, and he just beats the fuck out of
I
everyone.
saw
love
him
that.
yesterday on the highlights in the news.
Yeah, he was
Got a
beating the
goal, like he wasn't even looking.
Yeah.
Standing
He
around
has-
the goal.
he's like, it's gotta be- REMPE. And so he's been in 5 games. He's got 3 fights
He
and
had
a
no
goal.
idea he scored.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, it's great. Make hockey tough again.
Ed,
That's what we
weirdly I forgot to tell you on the way here, gate next to us, the Celtics were just there.
They came to
They
the
just,
office.
They just go like normal Delta sometimes.
That's crazy.
Like I was sitting there. I go, that guy looks exactly like Peyton Pritchard. And Dana goes, that's him. And then Drew Holiday walked by,
Get the fuck.
and I was like, and Dana's freaking out because he loves them. But I was like, they were in the gate next to us at LaGuardia.
That's wild.
They must have like
So
maybe
what
they
happened?
stayed like
they
for a
chartered
night.
the plane. They probably
You still have to fly at an airport.
No, they were with like a normal ass
No.
people at Boston, going to Boston. I don't think it would. Maybe
Were they hurt or something?
maybe they stayed the night in New York, and then you got to find your way back.
That was.
If you missed if you don't take the team
Have
plane.
you ever heard that old Antoine Walker story?
No.
They were playing like he was on the Celtics. They were playing, I think they were playing like Utah or something like that, and then they're going on their way to LA to play the Clippers and Lakers. So a helicopter lands in the parking lot of the Jazz Stadium. The whole team's getting on the team flight. Antoine's got like 20 of his boys. He's like, yeah, we're gonna stop in Vegas. I'll see you for shoot around. So he just took all his guys.
That's
they went
amazing.
to Vegas for 24 hours, like went nuts, and then showed up at shoot around.
I love that.
There's a story in the ABA. They're flying from Chicago to Columbus or something like that. And Bob Costas was like a beat reporter, and he's flying with the team. This guy is freaking out in the airport. And like, what's the problem? What's the problem? He's like, you see this itinerary? I ain't getting on no fucking time machine. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, they're leaving at like 11:58 a.m. and landing at like 11:46 Columbus or some weird shit. Like, I ain't getting on no fucking time machine. What are you talking about?
That's funny.
Dave,
All
how
right,
do you
then.
feel that real quick? How do you feel that I'm like the best baseball player in the office?
You're not.
I mean, dude,
He got a hit on Trevor Bauer.
I'm not gonna spoil the rest of the series, but I got 2 hits off of Cy Young pitcher. He won the Cy Young.
Bauer won the Cy Young?
Yeah, I think he won it in 2000. I think the COVID year.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Bad
Two
look for Trevor Bauer.
2 for 9 with the walk. That's what people were saying. They're
Yeah.
like, I don't know if a team's gonna sign you if Marty Mush. Yeah. It's all right to admit I'm a better baseball player than you.
I'll never do that. Ever. Under any circumstance.
Water from a
Ever.
rock.
Would you ever pitch to him, or are you done?
He would tee off on me.
Yeah.
I was a dog shit pitcher.
Yeah, but
Do you think you'd get a hit against like
Yeah,
Bauer?
yes. Similar to what you did. I think it would be a similar.
I might need to
Bring him on the next one.
yeah.
You
I'll do
should.
that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, no,
They would love that.
I hit the Northwestern cage. We cranked it up to 100, and I was pissing on it.
Yeah, but that's a fastball's.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I would just sit fastballs and guess fastball.
What if they don't throw you a fastball?
And you guess wrong. Obviously, you're gonna get a fastball.
Some
we're
pitchers
going
are
out.
starting not to.
We're going out to Arizona. We leave Tuesday. Speaking of time machines, this audio is going to sound like it's in a time machine. Can you get Steele to pitch to Dave?
He was gonna pitch to me, and he was like, I'm not revved up yet. Like I'm not at
Ready
my
to go.
top thing.
Not even enough to pitch to Marty Mush.
They don't want to lose to me.
Don't listen.
No, Marty,
Yeah,
prior
don't
to the
actually. I don't
combine
want
today,
that. Can't
I was
have him
telling
having
people
a
you were
back.
my dark horse pick to win it, because I am a creep, and I did look up your collegiate baseball career, and I saw your 60 time, which is like the 40-yard dash version for baseball.
Which makes no sense, by the way.
It does first
No,
and
it's,
second.
yeah, but it's straight.
I know exactly,
Yeah,
straight,
that's
so
what
it doesn't make sense. But we do 60s in baseball for whatever reason, and 6'7", 6'8", 60 is flying.
Yeah,
It's flying. That's like a 4.6-ish 40.
Okay.
sneaky. I don't look good doing things, but it works.
And I saw you
Get
throw,
results.
and
Yeah.
even though you went to a dog shit college, you still hit 300 there, which is impressive no matter where it is, you know?
Look at that, Dave. Look at us. We're really bonding this.
We're
trip.
not. We're not. I'm just, I speak truths, Martin.
That's what I just looked at.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Cubs fan.
Cubs are on a road trip. They're in the dozen.
I'm
I would have loved to make it to Wrigley.
Jameson Tyon's a great guy and a good pitcher.
I think
You
the
guys should
Central runs
enjoy
through the
him.
Reds.
No.
I think they're right there.
All right, we got to wrap this up because
Yeah.
I feel bad for our guy Lance. He's got a lot to do before we take off. So, all right, thanks everyone for
Lance
listening.
going?
What?
Yeah,
Lance
Lance
going.
going.
Of
That's
course.
our guy.
I'll be there. Yeah.
I'm
You
a
guys
Lan-
check in your
I'm a
flights?
Lance guy.
No.
I'm a Marty guy.
I enjoy Lance. He's a long bastard like myself,
He is.
and he seems like a nice fella.
He is.
He's a great fella.
Long boys got to stick together. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, everybody. That's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back at you on Thursday live from a Portillo's. Well, not live, but tape.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. We'll see you.